Okay. So for this piece, I've got a piece of white glass here. I know it's a little hard to see, and then I've added another stencil. And what I'm using is the medium foam roller brush that we sell on the website, 3 different sizes. And I'm just really working that color into it. This is Color Concentrate 161. Green leaf. I have a rectangle piece of glass under here. So I'm going to start at the top. You'll start to be able to see it. Some of the colors are thicker than others, thinner than others. So just be very careful. Don't apply too much pressure. Just kind of go over it lightly to start with. And remember, this is for a vintage look, so you're not looking for solid. Because it's applied with the sponge roller, it's going to have some texture type look to it, but that's what gives it a vintage or an old antique type of a look. And this particular stencil is kind of spread out, so I'm just kind of going over the areas that I know there's no sense of wasting the product on those other areas on there. So just gently roll, minimal amount of pressure, and the color will go through the stencil. I'm going to go back over here and grab a little bit more color. The sponge does absorb quite a bit of the color. So if you're planning on doing a lot of this, I would recommend buying the larger size bottles to do it with, because it does take more than you think. Just continually try to do the same amount of pressure. And remember, these are color concentrates. Could you do it with your enamels? Yes, but they're more expensive, and I would hate to spend the money for them and then you waste half of it in the sponge of the roller brush itself. So this is why I came up with the idea of using the concentrates. Now, the colors you might want to test, because every color is a little bit different. Some of them fade. I'm trying to use colors that don't fade a lot in this representation here in the video. Just trying to make sure I'm getting it down in there. Okay. And if the color is too thin, it's going to weep underneath it. So now I'm going to remove one side. Lift and look. So I don't like this area up here at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is wipe off anything on the back of the stencil, just using my finger. Then I've got my paper towel here that I had my vinegar in that I used to clean the glass. And I'm going to remove that area. Like I said, I have vinegar in this paper towel. And then I'm going to very carefully and very gentle set that back down. Just tack it just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in this area again. I just didn't like the way it looked. So it's easily removed. Now once it starts to dry, it is hard to get off. You have to scratch with a little bit of force. Okay, let's check that and see. Much better. Yep, I like that. Okay, it's just going to be soft and subtle. So this is kind of lost in time type piece. It's going to have different time themed stencils. And all of these stencils are available on the website. They come in 6x6 and 12x12s.